Good morning, people. Today we're going to work on elimination day 4. And so you definitely need to pay attention to whether the sign is the same or if the sign is different, okay? If you're just going to if we're just going to add them together, or do we need to change all the signs on the second row and then add them together, okay? And so that's going to be kind of the difference between the paper, okay? So if we look here, the x's are going to cancel, and so these ones, they're different. One's a negative, one's positive, so we can go ahead and add them together, okay? And so negative 2 plus 2 cancels. Negative 6 plus 1 is going to be negative 5y. Negative 16 plus 1 is going to be negative 15. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and divide by negative 5, and we get y equals 3. Okay, and then we're going to use the top equation to plug it back in. So it's going to look like negative 2x minus 6 parentheses 3 equals negative 16. Okay, so negative 6 times 3 is going to be negative 2x minus 18 equals negative 16. Okay, and then we're going to add 18 to both sides. So we get negative 2x equals 2. And then we're going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. So we get x equals negative 1. Okay, and so that coordinate is going to be negative 1 comma 3. Okay, number 3. These ones are both, so I can put a 1s here, but they are both negative 1, so we need to go through and change the signs. So instead of a positive 9, it's going to be a negative 9. Instead of a negative 1, it's going to be a positive 1. Instead of negative 28, it's going to be positive. Okay, so negative 1 plus a negative 9 is going to be negative 10x. The y's cancel. And then 12 plus 28 is going to be 30. Okay, and then we're going to divide by negative 10 on both sides. So we get x equals negative 3. Okay, and then I'm going to go back through and plug that into the top one. So I got negative 1 parenthesis negative 3 minus 1y equals 12. Okay, negative 1 times negative 3 is a positive 3 minus 1y equals 12. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides. And I got negative 1y equals 12, 9. And then divide by negative 1. We get negative 9. So I got negative 3, negative 9. Okay, number 5, the y's are going to cancel. I can see that those are the same. I do need to change the signs. Okay, so it's going to look like a negative 3, a plus 1, and a plus 23. Negative 7 plus a negative 3 is going to be negative 10x. The y's cancel, and then I got a 40, 50. Okay, and then I'm going to divide by negative 10. Divide by negative 10. So I get x equals negative 5. Okay, we're going to take that and plug it back in. So I got negative 7, negative 5 minus 1y equals 27. Negative 7 times the negative 5 is going to be 35 minus 1y equals 27. And then I'm going to subtract 35 from both sides. And I get negative 1y. 27, 28, 29, 38. So negative 8. And then I'm going to divide by negative 1. And that gives me y equals 8. So it's going to be negative 5 comma 8. Number 7, the signs are the same on the y, so we need to change all the ones on the second one. So I got a negative x, a negative 3y, and a positive 10. Okay, negative 4 plus a negative 1 is going to be negative 5x. The y's cancel, and I get a negative 10. Okay, and then I'm going to divide by negative 5. So we get x equals 2. And I'm going to plug that into the top equation. So I got negative 4 parenthesis 2 plus 3y equals negative 20. Okay, negative 4 times negative 2 is going to be negative 8 plus 3y equals negative 20. And then I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So I get 3y equals negative 12. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So I get y equals negative 4. So we're going to get 2 comma negative 4. Okay, number 9. The y's are going to cancel because they're the same number. However, they are the same sign. So we do need to change on the second one. So it's going to be a plus 2, a minus 6, and a minus 22. Negative 8 plus 2 is going to be negative 6x. The 6's cancel. Negative 2 plus a negative 22 is going to be a negative 24. Okay, and then I'm going to divide by negative 6. So I get x equals positive 4. Okay, I got negative 8, and instead of the x, I'm putting a 4 plus 6y equals negative 2. Negative 8 times 4 is going to be negative 32 plus 6y equals negative 2. Okay, I'm going to add 32 to both sides. So I'm going to get 6y equals negative 2 plus 32 is going to be 30. And then my last step is going to be to divide by 6. So we get 4 comma 5. Okay, 11, the y's are going to cancel, but they are the same sign, so we need to change. So it's going to be a negative 7, a positive y, and a negative 30. Negative 2 plus a negative 7 is going to be a negative 9x. Wait a second. Oh, I do not need to change. They are different signs on the y. That's my bad. So we can just add them together. So negative 2 plus 7 is going to be 5x. The y's, I got positive 1 and a negative 1, so those are going to cancel. And then negative 10 plus 30 is going to be 20. We're going to divide by 5 on both. We get x equals 4. Okay, and then I can plug that back in. So I get negative 2 parenthesis 4 plus y equals negative 10. Negative 2 times 4 is going to be negative 8 plus y equals negative 10. And then I'm going to add 8 to both sides. And this one I actually don't even have to divide because it ends up being, there's no number in front of the y. And so it ends up being done and there's no addition required. Okay, 13. The x's are going to cancel. We can see that they're the same. However, the signs are the same, so we need to change. So we're going to say plus, minus, and a plus. Okay, the x's will cancel. I'm going to get a negative 11 for the y and a positive 11 for the other side. I forgot the y. Okay, and then I'm going to divide by negative 11 on both sides, and I get y equals negative 1. So I get negative 10x minus 9, and instead of y, I got a negative 1 equals 9. So I'm going to get negative 10x plus 9 equals 9. We're going to subtract 9 from both sides, and I get negative 10x equals 0. And then I'm going to divide by negative 10. So I get x equals 0. So it's going to look like 0, comma, negative 1. Okay, 15, we're gonna go ahead and just add these together. The signs are different. So the 5s are gonna cancel. I'm gonna get a 7y. And then for the other side, I'm gonna get a negative 42. We're gonna divide by 7. So I get y equals negative 6. For the x part, I'm going to get 5x plus 8, negative 6, negative 13. So I'm going to get 5x minus 48 equals negative 13. Add 48 to both sides. So we get 5x equals 35. And then we're going to divide by 5 on both sides. So we get x equals 7. So it's going to look like 7, comma, negative 6. So 6, 7. Okay, and then you guys can cross off 17 and 18. Okay, so 17 and 18 you do not need to do. Tomorrow you guys have a quizzes, so make sure that you get that done and take a screenshot, and then I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good day, be good, and I love you.